All right, how's it going, everyone? Nick Atkin here. It is a Thursday morning-ish show, new time slot, trying it out. I hope it is agreeable to some of you. I know for some of you it's difficult, especially in America. So if you are watching in America, you're staying up, listening, getting involved. I really appreciate that. If you're not, if no one's watching, if no one's listening, I hope you're catching up on the replay. It's just going to be a news show, not going to be too long. I'm looking at 45 minutes, something like that. I just want to try it out, see if it works, because obviously a bit easier for me to shoot these in the daytime than nighttime after the gym when I'm really tired. I'll still be doing a Monday evening show, but I'm looking at doing Thursday morning kind of thing. We'll see if it's successful. I can do more in the mornings because I tend to work between 9 till 6 in the days. A lot easier for me. We'll see. Yeah, sorry, Lewis. I'm glad you're tuning in. Appreciate it. One of my members, Lewis, shout out to him. Please, if you want to help me out, become a member of the channel for the price of a coffee each month. You can support me, help me pay my contributors like Giuliano on the ground, helping me film stuff. I'll be back in Bangkok next week for the tent pole, and I'm going to stay actually in Thailand, going to Samui afterwards, and then I'll be back for Fight Night 33. So we're doing a little 2.5 weeks over there. I'll be trying to hit up some gyms while I'm there as well. I think I'm going to go see certain George Jarvis, who's down in Samui as well. We're going to catch up at Lamai when I'm there. I'll also try and get along to some other gyms in Bangkok. But anyway, shout out to Anonymous as well, another of my members. Combat Sports Today, another members. Love all you guys. Story of the Fight. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support and love. But yes, it's a news show. We're going to talk about news. But if you have any questions and you're watching, get them in. I'll try my best to answer. But the big topic I'm going to start with is Yuki Yoza and Petchtanong is official. Made official yesterday. News dropped about 3 or 4 o'clock yesterday. And then we're going to get into Chatri's comments with the Thai media. He dropped a few bombs there talking about the government in Thailand. He's hoping they will support one, not Formula One. And he's also talked about Petpanom, a few other things we'll get into. I'm going to start with Yuki Yoza, though. So here we go, sharing that screen. This article is on BangkokPost.com. So if you want to support me as well, you can go over to BangkokPost.com. You can go to this link here, BangkokPost.com/sports/one-championship. Link is in my bio. You can bookmark that, whatever you need. If you want your daily one championship fix in terms of written form, there it is. Yuki Yoza vows to KO Petchtanong and earn a shot at Jonathan Haggerty. This was the news yesterday. It dropped. Kind of came out of nowhere. We knew that Yuki Yoza had signed a fight deal. He had said as much on his socials that he was back in camp. And a few people were asking me who's Yuki got. I had no idea this one. I was trying to find out, do some digging. I thought maybe it's Haggerty, but it is not. I wondered whether they would send Yuki straight to the title. And I said before on the show, I don't think it would have been outrageous to fast track him to the belt because he's a former K1 champion. His pedigree is insane. He looked really good in that win over Osmanov. So stranger things have happened. That's what I'm saying. People have got title shots in one off way less. I mean, people get title shots on their debuts sometimes. We'll talk about that later. Some new fight news for Alicia Rodriguez, another debutante getting a title shot. That's 2 in a row for her. But yeah, Yuki, it's not a title shot, but I think it's a title eliminator, safe to say, against the former champion Petchtanong. Now, what's funny is we did a show with Ichi from Beyond Kickboxing, and he had said we broke down after we did a watch long, and Yuki came on the show briefly from Lumpini backstage, did a quick interview, and I think we were talking, or it may have been another interview with him actually, when I was asking him about who he might fight on his debut in one. That may have been it actually, and if memory serves, Ichi said, these are all great matchups, but the one fight I think is a nightmare for Yuki Yoza is Petchtanong. The styles do not work too much for him. So lo and behold, it is Petchtanong against Yuki Yoza. This is, possibly the one guy that Ichi, who I respect his opinion a lot, thinks could give Yoza a lot of trouble. So, interesting to see what happens. But Yuki Yoza is very confident. He said he has a lot of he said this: "I can't stop here. I'll definitely KO him and grab the bonus and the right to challenge for the title." So he's very confident going into this fight. I did briefly speak to Petchtanong as well. Here you go. You can see he's just as confident. He told me he's excited for the matchup and ready to fast track his journey back to the belt. So obviously Petchtanong has had a weird old time the last few years. Seems like he's been sort of cursed since winning that belt in 2022. I think it was September in Singapore, maybe November. He beat Hiroki Akimoto, like absolutely destroyed Akimoto's abdomen. I remember, left it purple. He won the belt, and then everything went wrong for him. He was waiting for a fight forever, and then about halfway through 2023, I think it was, he tested positive for a banned substance, got a 1-year suspension, and they were stripped of the belt. Then obviously Haggerty beat Andrade to win the vacant belt. Petchtanong came back about a year later, a bit later than a year, beat Alaverdi Ramazanov, I think it was late 2024, September-ish, and then he was obviously going to fight Nabil, and then he had his struggles with the weight and hydration. He ended up going to hospital. The fight was cancelled. Then he was going to fight Ilyas Enahachi in Qatar. He made weight that time, all good. But Enahachi had his own struggles with weight and hydration. Enahachi went to hospital, I believe, and he was declared unfit to compete. That fight was called off the day before. So Petchtanong has been waiting a long time to return. It's just not what you want to do when you're 39 years old. He is, on the wrong side of 35. You don't want to be inactive, I think, like this. So this is kind of, I think, his last run for the belt. He looks young and he feels young, but this is a huge test for him. If he beats Yoza, I think he has to get the title shot, and then that's if he gets Haggerty, it's probably his last shot at the belt if he doesn't win. So I think this is do or die for Petchtanong. Yoza will have more time to come back. He is younger, a lot younger than Petchtanong, I think 27. So even if he loses this, he will be back. But this is a great test for him. But let me know what you think in the chat of this matchup. I think it's great. A lot of people talking about dream matchup, thing like that. I think it is. If you're a kickboxing fan, this is a dream. No doubt, Yoza gets the KO. Story of the fight says Haggerty next. Let's go. So very confident story of the fight. Petchtanong as well has his fans. A few of them on my Instagram have been saying Yuki is arrogant for saying these things, but I enjoyed a comment from Yoza. I think it was on Twitter. I'll try and find it. I grabbed a rough screen grab of the translation. I don't think it was entirely accurate, but someone in the comments gave me a more accurate translation, so I'll show that as well. But yeah, he tweeted something along the lines of this is it in Japanese, and Grok translates it. It says, "Please spare me from doping and weight violations." LOL. Yes, Google Translate had it as similar. It seems like a shot at Petchtanong. All things Thai football, thanks for the translation, told me it's more like only one thing I ask for: don't show up doped or overweight. Of course, yes, as I mentioned, Petchtanong had his doping suspension and his weight issues for the Nabil fight. So Yuki, it might just be a joke. It might be a little more than that, a little bit of banter, a little bit of mind games, telling Petchtanong, make sure you turn up and you don't have any of these issues which have seen the last few of your fights scrapped, things like that. Yeah, he went there, as Anonymous says. He went there. A lot of people have kind of forgotten about that, but yeah, Petchtanong had a pretty serious doping ban. It was 12 months. We see a lot of these guys get 6 months, but I think he had 12 months ban. I can't remember what the substance was, but Chatri said something like it was horse steroids. Petchtanong said it was for recovery. He had a serious arm injury, and he was prescribed it by his doctor. Very repentant. But it's all in the past, so don't worry about it. I love Petchtanong as well, and he's one of my favorite fighters in one championship. So really excited for this fight. But yes, the mind games have begun already, it seems, between Yuki Yoza and Petchtanong. I don't think I even mentioned, the date of this fight. So that is something I want to talk about. It caught me off guard a little bit. So back on my Twitter here. Yeah, this is One Friday Fights 116, which is July 18th. Seems like a random throwaway card, While I'm happy to have bigger fights like this on Friday fights, I think it's great overall. But this to me screams like it could have been a main event for the tentpole, which is coming up next week. One Friday Fights 114, which I will be in Bangkok for at Lumpur Stadium. As much as I like to see Kulabdan versus Lobo, I think you could dress this one up as a de facto title eliminator. If you're not going to have a title fight, you can have a title eliminator in your main event of a tentpole. This fits the bill. Two former champions, one in one championship, one in K1. Just makes more sense to me. It's only 2 weeks up. I think both guys probably could have done that. So, not saying they're wasting this fight on a random show. It's just more like I don't know why this would be. It's probably also going to be quite early on the show on Friday Fights 116. It's going to be third or fourth bout to time with Japanese audience, I think. So a bit of a random one, but I'm not complaining. I think it'd be great if one beefed up their Friday Fights shows in general. If there's reports, rumors out there that one's contract with Amazon might end, and the fight nights, who knows what's going to happen to those. I wouldn't mind just seeing more of the contracted fighters come onto Friday Fights each week, beef up those cards, have less sort of prospects, matchups. You could do Friday Fights be more of a main roster thing, and then you could have that second Friday Fight show they were talking about at the turn of the year. I think Chatri was saying they were thinking of hosting some Sunday event every week. That could be your prospect show, instead of having the prospects below the prospects, as they were talking about, which is just going to be way too weird and hard to follow. I think that's a better model. And Chatri, we'll get into that. He mentioned this to the Thai media in that scrum about having 2 or 3 events a week. So it ties in what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm not complaining. Again, I'm very happy to see this fight, Petchtanong versus Yoza, on a random Friday, but every Friday could be big if they want it to be. They could have guys like this each week. Why not? They have the roster to do it. Get your big names on the Fridays. Get people to tune in. I don't think it's that important to have the big name guys on US primetime. I think people will tune in if they're fans of the product. If they're combat sports fans, they're going to watch anyway, even if it's Friday morning. So there it is. Chummy boy. Yeah, I'm live. Hopefully it's good time for you, Chummy boy. I think I don't know where you are in the world. Thailand, maybe. Working from home. I'm working from home too. Isn't it the best? It's easy. But Story of the Fight's happy. He says, I'll take it just to keep the good fighters coming across events. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Let's stack these Friday shows with some big names. Agreed. Anonymous likes it more. Signed fighters on Friday Fights. Generally don't care about the random guys in the second half wildly swinging for the contract lottery anymore. That could be part of it too. Chatri mentioned that. We'll talk about that in a bit. He's talked about why there are not so many bonuses now on Friday Fights. Very interesting comments. And he talked about this. Yeah, people swinging for the fences. And he was wrong to give bonuses just for that. So could be a huge change, not just in the way cards are booked, but in the way fighters approach the fight in one championship now. If they know they're not just going to get a bonus for a KO, maybe we're going to see more technical fights, which might please the more traditionalist fans out there, the ones who are complaining that one fights are just people swinging for the fences trying to get the 10K, the 350,000 baht. This could play into a larger thing. Well, anyway, we'll get into that in a bit. AV Mail, what's up? Says these Friday cards needed more big name spice. Yeah, I agree. I think this could be a great thing if they keep it up. Just have to be consistent with it. Even the card this week, I mentioned it's sort of got a bit more of an international feel than usual. Not majorly. I mean, The main event is still 2 ties and the co-main. It seems to be a bit of a trade-off for having a few international names on the second part of the card. Normally, after you get your first 6 fights, which have some MMA, some kickboxing, and some Muay Thai with international names, aka non-Thais, and then you have 5 Thai fights, Thai versus Thai, Muay Thai, and then there'll be a main event with the Thai versus an international name. Seems to be mixing up the formula this week, and I don't know whether it's just random or it's a strategic move, but we have Miss Scarface and that bout 7 against Nong Fasai, which is a cool fight. Looking forward to it. Of course, Miss Scarface, she beat Vero Nika on Vero's debut, a shock split decision win, and probably a little bit pissed off she was because Vero came back before her, actually, and beat Junior Fairtex. When was it? Last month or the month before? I think last month. She was probably thinking, well, I won that fight. I should be back before her. Well, here she is not too long after. She's got a good fight against Nong Fasai, who I think is out of PK Saenchai. So get another win here. That'll be another feather in her cap. We'll see if she can possibly earn a contract. I think she could be an interesting player in that atomweight division on, well, yeah, as we still have it, fight night, prime time. It could just eventually become Friday fights. Who knows? But anyway, the contract is still the goal. And yeah, bout 8, got the wonderfully named Sunday versus Dionatha Santos Tobias, Brazilian, in a Muay Thai fight. So a little bit of an international feel. And of course, my guy, Alexei Balako, bout 10. You may remember him from a couple of his ventures on Prime, Amazon Prime Fight Night. He had a great knockout of Stefan Karodi in the opening fight. I can't remember which month. I think it was last year. And then he had, of course, the loss to John Lineker in what was Lineker's possibly his Muay Thai debut. I can't remember, or second fight. But it was, yeah, very, very good knockout for Lineker. A lot of people were saying, oh, well, Balako's just a scrub. But he's not. He's very good. I like him. Sorry, Lineker fought Asa 10 Pao first in his Muay Thai debut. And then it was Balako. But yeah, Balako is a good fighter, strong, knockout power. So I like that fight. We'll see what happens against Konklai. Yeah, great opponent. So all I'm saying is, yeah, I think this is a better way to go. It might maintain international interest in the event, because I tend to, I watch the first 6 fights and then I sort of lose interest for the rest of it until the main event, because I know some people love to see the endless knockouts, car crash, bang, 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 bang. But I'm more interested in seeing the narratives, the storylines. And I think, yeah, having those Thai versus international does make it more intriguing for international audiences and makes it more than just a Thai national show. You know what I mean? I know you need to still have that, and I think it's fine to have that all-Thai main event, co-main event type thing. So I think this is a really good format. If it is just a one-off, that's a shame. If it's something more of a frequent thing, I'd like to see how it plays out. Maybe it won't work. Maybe people want the old system back. We'll see. But this is a cool card. Elsewhere, you got Asadullah Imangazaliev, of course, another of Mehdi Zertu's boys, training partner with Diakayev, Abdullah Diakayev, who we have news on him as well. We can talk about. He's got another fight booked. But yeah, Asadullah can't be far away from a contract. You imagine if he gets another big knockout here, he might get it. I'm sure Mehdi's been pushing Chatri for it. Mehdi was at that dinner with the Thai media and the gym owners and stuff. He will surely be asking Chatri, when's Asadullah getting the contract? Every time I see Asadullah and Diakayev together, Diakayev always mentions it's time for Asadullah to get his contract. So who knows? He could get one here up against Den Putai. Donnie Smith, another British Muay Thai possible breakout star. Who knows? Against Maciej Karpinski. I hope I pronounced that right. We'll see what happens there. Lightweight Muay Thai. Donnie Smith. I'm not too familiar with him. You guys in the chat may know more about him. But seems like bringing in a few more British stars, Muay Thai stars. They're possibly trying to expand that market. We've been talking about that for a while. That's something we'd like to see. Who knows when it will happen, though, if they'll go and do a show. I hope that's the end game. It must be. But elsewhere on the card, Nanaka Honda against Zainab Tanji, Ayub El Kadrawi against Kaisei Sato, Jason Moralpez, the MMA from Philippines, back in action. I don't know who any of these guys are at the beginning, but it's always fun. Enjoy the MMA. Some good. They seem to have found some good stand-up centric MMA guys who are, as Pete was saying on the show on Monday, like Jabir Jabrailov, he can help possibly bridge that gap to the Thai audience who's not too familiar with MMA. But if they see stand-up MMA, not just the grappling, I think they can fall in love with it. They see knockouts. They see... That's when you want your car crash stuff with the 4-ounce gloves. They don't need to see technique and things like that. They want to see boom, 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 stand-up wars. That's what one needs to find with their MMA prospects. If they're bringing in unknown names, like these people who I've never really heard of, no offense to them, if they are just going to come and grapple and thing in a ring, especially, it's going to be boring. Crowds not going to like it. They're going to tune out on TV. So, yeah, I think one's doing a good job of finding some stand-up centric MMA fighters, which is what they need. Let me know in the chat if you like the card. I'm gonna have a little look at the comments here. Chummy boy, I'm still waiting for Pet Gija. Yeah, same. I'd love to see Pet Gija back in action soon. I don't know what the delay is. NG in the house. What's up, NG? Good to see you. Thanks for your help translating a couple bits. I'm going to use that actually on this show. NG helped me on WhatsApp. Sucks that from Anonymous, sucks that technical guys like Aslam Ortikov don't get a bonus or contract because they don't get KOs, but then guys like Tong Poon got bonuses every fight for fighting like a hockey player. Well, yeah, like I said earlier, maybe it's going to change now. I would like that, to be honest. I've been calling for similar things, normalize bonuses for decisions. But we'll get to Chatri's comments about that in a minute. Juan Do, what's up? Thanks everyone for tuning in. Hello to you too. One Lumpini FC morning lives. Yeah, why not? We're trying it out, my guy. Shine. I'll see you next week for Tempo. Shami boy, I don't fancy our chances. I can only see one fight that Thai may come off with a W. Yeah, could be. Nick, can you speak Thai? I cannot. I hope one day I can find the time to learn it. I'm just quite busy doing all this stuff. Covering one championship takes up a lot of time in my day. I'm quite exhausted, so I tend to try and relax. And I've always been historically bad with languages. I was quite good at school, apart from my French class, my Spanish class. They were the only grades I didn't get good grades in. And Latin as well. I had to learn Latin for a bit when I was younger. Don't ask. But yeah, I've always struggled with languages. For some reason, my brain is not great at computing, learning them. Luckily, I speak English, so I can get by. Most people learn English elsewhere, so I'm a bit lazy. I should learn Thai. I should learn Cantonese. I live in Hong Kong. Maybe one day they will create downloadable AI brain chips or whatever. I can just zap the info into my brain and speak it. No, I'll try and learn. I checked out some stuff with ChatGPT, see if they can teach me it. I'll get back to you on that one. What's up, John Flower? Anonymous is asking if Pet Gita's in Venom jail. I don't know. She left Venom, had a fallout with Medi. I mean, they're cool now, but it was quite public what happened. And then she went to saw Deshapan, I think, and hadn't looked great in that last fight against Kana. She didn't look as good as she usually does. So I don't know. Maybe she's gonna try and get back to Venom. I don't know. I wouldn't imagine Medi's like politicking to get her banned with Chatri or things like that. He's not that thin-skinned or anything. We'll see. I don't know what's going on with her. I think, yeah, if I was them, I'd do the Alicia versus Petchtanong fight ASAP. Maybe they want to hold off on both, keep the belt on one and the other. Lewis saying what Chatri said about lack of bonuses could be true, but the main reason is still cost cutting. Well, yeah, let's get into that stuff. I don't know where I saw it. Can anyone link me to his comments about bonuses? I think Tetsuya had it. I'll look at Tetsuya's Instagram. Yeah, there it is. So I'll show Tetsuya's post. Shout out to Tetsuya. Nice one. Another guy translating the Thai stuff, which is useful for all of us who don't speak Thai. How to get a bonus in one. So yeah, how do you get a bonus? Well, here's what Chatri said. This is why he's been giving out fewer bonuses lately. So Chatri said this to the Thai media. He did a scrum at this dinner somewhere in Bangkok on Tuesday night, I think. I'll show some pictures from that if you want to see it. I was going to write up some articles today. We'll see. I was actually going to speak to Chatri as well, but I think that's not happening anymore. He's a busy man. He's got a meeting on today. Oh, plenty of meetings always, of course. But here he is talking about bonuses. So one of the Thai media presumably asked him, why are there less bonuses? We've seen it. Only one bonus given out the last two fight nights. There's even been less on the Fridays, though I think last Friday there were 5, so not too bad. Back to normal, really. Some fighters are just swinging for the fences, this is what Chatri said, and brawling to get the KO bonus. That's not Muay Thai. I don't want to give them bonuses. Fighters need to show killer instinct and beautiful Muay Thai weapons like head kicks and elbows. Last year I gave out bonuses too easily, and a lot of fighters just came to brawl. I'd rather reward fighters like Zhao Suyai, who display excellent Muay Thai techniques via Do Muay YouTube channel. Ace of 10 power. I didn't see his comment there. Oh, that's how you do it. So obviously Asa did not get a bonus for the beautiful technique he showed against Seksan in that brilliant win, finishing Seksan, the first guy to finish Seksan in one, the first guy to finish him in 8 years, I think it was, something crazy, even longer. So yeah, a little bit conflicting. Who knows? Yeah, some people think it's just cost cutting. I mean, it could be somewhere in the middle of both. I would like it to be this is the way how you get a bonus. I would like people showing technique to get the bonus over just brawling, knockouts. There should be room for both, though. If you have a beautiful finish, it deserves a bonus. If you have a beautiful technical performance, even if it's not a finish, sometimes it deserves a bonus. Definitely, if you have the technical side, technical performance, and the finish, it has to be a bonus. But this is what Chatri said. I'm just reporting it. Tetsuya has it. Yeah, there you go. Thanks for posting it, Tetsuya. Chummy Boy says the best way to lie is not to tell the whole truth. John Flower said, yeah, he would rather reward fighters like Zhao Suyai. That was another part of the quote. I don't know if Tetsuya had that on his bit. I saw it somewhere. It might have even been Tetsuya's page said it. But yeah, I saw it somewhere. So he was praising Zhao Suyai's performance. And that was, it was a beautiful finish from Zhao Suyai against Nakrom. But yeah, this is one of the things Chatri said in his scrums. Hello, Anatoly Pimentel. What's up? Nice to see you, bro. Thanks for tuning in. Is someone in charge of the bonuses? I think Chatri makes the call. I've heard pretty much Chatri makes the call on bonuses every time. Not always, but I think so. I think he does. He's always watching somewhere in the world. All right, what else did Chatri say? So maybe Tetsuya has it all on his page, but there was some other stuff. Yeah, the stuff with Petpanom Rung. We're just going to use Tetsuya's page here. Again, thanks for posting this. It says Chatri is interested in signing Petpanom Rung. Says one will pay him 5 to 10 times more than Glory. So presumably that's a lot of money. It's sad to hear that his purse is very low. It's almost equivalent to what fighters on Friday Fights earn, Chatri said to the Thai media. Again, this is from the Scrum. He should negotiate with Glory for a purse that's 5 to 10 times higher, or he can come to one and fight the best of the best. Petch is very skilled, but in his 9 title defenses, most of the opponents he faced weren't top level. Glory's featherweight division isn't that strong. Their best division is heavyweight. I respect Pet, but I'd like to sign him when his contract expires. One will pay him much more than Glory. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. If it's mind games, I heard Petpanom Rung gets a pretty good purse anyway. He's negotiated it a few times, so I'm not sure he's suffering and starving as much as Chatri made out there. I think he does get a decent purse. Obviously, he is Superlex mate, one of the Buri Around boys, training partner, friend. I think he lives in Canada and trains there. But yeah, he's just, a lot of people are wanting to see him come to one championship. He beat Miguel Trindade, I think, for the second time. Unanimous decision with a couple of knockdowns at the weekend. And Glory, it was a great performance, a lot more decisive than the first fight. Would love to see him in one championship. He's one of the big name Thai fighters outside of one that I think one could benefit from getting. Like they went and got Shadow from RWS. They went and got Nadika. I think, sorry, he's Japanese. But yeah, one of the big name fighters outside of one in Muay Thai and kickboxing that they can go and get. They should go and get these guys if they can. So they're going after Japanese fighters, but there are some Thais out there they can go and get. I think this would be a huge, huge signing for them. But let me know what you think. Would you like to see Petpanom Rung in one championship? Let me know in the chat. Anonymous Chatri has to be trolling with this statement. I don't know if that's about Petpanom Rung or the bonuses. Pet said in an interview during COVID that his purse is about 1.5 million baht, which is pretty low. Yeah, that is pretty low. What is that? Do a quick Google Translate. Google Translate or conversion. 1.5 million baht I translate to Hong Kong dollars. So that's about 360,000 pounds. I should have just translated to USD. All right. 45,000 USD. So ain't too bad. Oh God, we got trouble here.
Hello.
Shit. It just turns up.
Oh, just turn up, bro. How are you?
Well, I guess you can give us some insights from, you were there at this brunch, dinner. Yeah.
Dinner.
How was that?
It was good spread all around. Everyone was there. It's pretty good. Got to take a selfie with Chatri finally. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, you've been posting your pictures with Chatri on Facebook, I saw.
Yeah.
You two buddies.
He actually commented to it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw.
Because the first time I met him, I met him was like 18, 19. Fuck, I'm 24 this year, so yeah.
Well, that's
working
good.
Working for one for a long time
with the boss. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got it on my phone. He said, "Thank you for your partnership and friendship, Tristan. Let's continue to do big things and make history."
Let's go.
So,
what's up, bro?
Sitsong Pinong are back. Let's see. You're happy because I know. Yeah, you haven't really spoken to Chatri many times in your.
Good food, happy Tristan. That's it.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's okay. The food was great, bro, but it wasn't my forte. Let's say.
What's your forte?
Anything that's not Chinese and seafood.
Okay.
Well, it was good. It was good, but it was just a lot of seafood and Chinese food. Not,
I could get on board with that. I like it.
yeah, you can. Not me. I like more Japanese.
Were you there for this media scrum?
Yeah, it was right next to my table.
And did you hear what he's saying?
Yeah, I heard everything. I heard bits and pieces. Sorry, because I was talking to other people.
So you heard what he said about Petpanom wrong.
Yep, I heard about
You
that
want to?
too.
Yeah. What else? What was the other big topic? Oh, of course. So the one that's blown up a little bit is about. I got NG to translate this for me, so I'm gonna read it out from my WhatsApp. But this was talking about the Thai government needs to support one championship. So I'll just read it here and then we can react to it. But this is the main thing I wanted to get from the scrum. So Chatri is sad. This is the title from an article on Cowsod, but it was to all the media. Chatri said that while one championship is the number one in the world, the Thai government does not support them. Chatri is discussing increasing the number of one events to 2 or 3 per week. Right now, fighters from Thailand and other countries want to come and fight in one. Quote, if one championship had 2 to 3 events per week, it would give fighters more opportunities to fight. The board of directors were discussing how much have we invested in Thailand in the past. To be honest, I'm a little bit sad. Fight fans all over the world love one. 70 million Thais love one's fighters, but why doesn't the Thai government support one championship while other countries' governments support it? I'm Thai. I made one championship the number one martial arts promotion on the planet. We have helped the country, inspired Thai people to overcome obstacles, overcome poverty, and achieve success. I don't have anything to say to the Thai government, but I want Thai people to join together because in the past, Nielsen's survey clearly stated one championship has generated over 16 million baht in revenue, which is about 10% of the country's GDP. For example, Rodtang fought in Japan with 17 million baht. He also said something about one championship is bigger in Thailand than Formula One, and obviously Formula One, Thailand is trying to bring F1 to presumably Bangkok for a race every year. So, what do you think of that, Tristan?
I think he's right to call for some assistance from the government. You have to realize that like a lot of foreigners has come into to Thailand because of Muay Thai. A lot of tourists that's come into the country is because of Muay Thai now. Not most of them, but a majority is coming here from Muay Thai and to train Muay Thai or to watch Muay Thai in general. So, and like fighters that want to come over and fight and train and stay in Thailand, that's also helping tourism of the country. So, I think he's got a right to like, to be upset about them putting a bid in for F1 but not helping one championship. I also understand that.
Yeah, I think you see what happens with UFC. They go to Singapore and they get the Singapore government will pay them to come and do it, and they do this to every major city they go to. They get those local governments in this each state in America will pay for UFC to come. So it is obviously a good business model. I think Chatri is trying to emulate with Thailand.
Yeah.
And what I would say is, yeah, F1 is great. It would bring a lot of tourism in. I've seen when Singapore has the Grand Prix.
But what would Thai people understand F1 though? Like, come on.
I mean, it will bring.
I'd rather.
I'd rather
have. Okay, listen. I'd rather have government help restore Muay Thai and make it the national sport than having some fucking F1 car just driving in Bangkok one day, 2 day, and they're gone. Right?
I agree.
I'd rather
it's one day, isn't it? Yeah.
Let me talk. I'd rather invest. I'd rather invest in my own country's assets than bringing some external asset in. Like, okay, F1's good. They'll bring the fucking tourists, everything for like what, a few days, and then they're gone. You invest in Muay Thai in one, or it can be just in Muay Thai in general. the sport's growing. You can see it's growing. The tourist numbers is coming in from Muay Thai, and it's growing naturally. With one championship or these other shows, it's still growing, and the government needs to support that more because it's our national treasure. That's my 2 cents.
I agree. I was going to say the same thing. Yeah, I think you have F1. It's great. It brings a lot of money into that weekend each year. There will be foreigners coming in, guaranteed. But it will be 1 to 2 days a year. Yeah, one championship has
Yeah,
events every week, and I
every
think they
week,
want to
right?
put on. Yeah, they want to put on more big ones that impact. Every 2-3 months. I
I
think.
fucking love the impact shows, bro. They
Yeah,
are.
everyone does.
My first one championship show, I was in grade 9. Liam Harrison, Jay Hags versus Rotang. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
fun, and that was my first one show, and it was at Impact.
that was right before COVID. I think I
It was
missed that
right
one.
before COVID. Yeah.
Yeah, I stupidly chose to stay at home for that because I was quite
Uh,
tired from.
I
I'd done like
was I was in
4
the
shows
I,
before that in a row.
I think I was in the crowd anyways. The one luckily one championship the one championship team given the tickets to the gym, and we attended the show.
Yeah, well, it's on a different scale now. I think they have a rabid market who they don't need to give tickets out anymore to gyms. The people are buying, snapping them up, and
Yeah, it's good.
it's
It's good.
sellout impact. Yeah,
It's
every 3 months, I think.
it's very you see it they're growing, like, how do you say it, organically,
Agreed.
Fuck.
Yeah, they've created a product. I think it would be good to get some Thai government investment.
Like, it
Tetsuya's
doesn't have
asking, and the government making money from the F1 deal. Who knows? Yeah, some shady things
uh,
going on, perhaps.
wait, how much do they bid for the F1?
It's 1.2 billion US, I
1.2
think,
billion.
for 4 years of races. A lot.
Wow.
Yeah, I think Chatri probably wants way less than that. I'm sure, like probably 50 mil a year. So you do the maths. Yeah, a lot less money. But I don't know why it has to be one or the other. It couldn't be both. But I think it would be a much better investment in terms of Muay Thai to do this than some of the other stuff they do with like
Okay. Yeah, I watched Drive to Survive. Yeah, I don't really give a fuck about it. They're just a bunch of divas driving cars. That's my 2 cents.
I'm not a
Like,
huge F1 fan, but it's
they're
popular.
just a bunch. Yeah, it's popular. So what? They're just
It's not, yeah, but
this
it's not
driving
gonna. It's not
cars.
soft power, is it? It's like Muay Thai is tied in intrinsically to Thai culture, and promoting it, bringing people into that, it's actually gonna help. I think get
Yeah, exactly.
the whole thing over. But yeah, like you say, people driving cars around isn't really Thai.
Fuck, I drive a car around. Fuck, it's not that fucking hard, bro. Muay Thai
Yeah.
is hard. You put your life on the line for Muay Thai.
Story of the fight says if I go to Thailand, it's specifically for one event.
Yeah, and these
John
Thai athletes
Flower.
are.
Yeah. WrestleMania has the same thing. People, American cities bid for it. Anonymous says flying to Thailand for one event is fun. 5 days, visit your favorite gyms, eat good food on Friday, see the fights, 4 hours of sleep, then go to fight night 7 a.m. next morning. Yeah, I do it every month. I'm there basically doing that.
Yeah, that's
Thailand is
true.
Muay Thai and kickboxing, not F1. It says Tony Valley.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. Since they put in the bid, I've been like, what the fuck, man? Because you can just go to fucking Singapore to watch that shit. It's a 2 hour
Yeah.
flight.
Yeah,
Like,
that
okay,
makes more sense to me. That
you're a
Singapore
rich
to
Thai. You want to
F1.
go watch the fucking F1? Just fly to fucking Singapore.
Yeah, it's not
It's
far.
a 2 hour flight.
It
Like,
fits
I
that
don't.
city more than
Then
Muay Thai
yeah,
fits Singapore or MMA fits Singapore. So and
I
vice
don't know,
versa.
man.
Anyway, I mean that is the stuff I wanted to cover. So
Yoza,
there were some other fights. I think fight announcements briefly. I can
Room Ravi,
mention
Yusuf
Rung
Asik.
Rawi. Yeah, we got. Let me see. I'm putting it on screen. Alicia Rodriguez, I mentioned earlier, is going to fight
Oh
Johanna
man.
Person. They announced that. I don't know if these fights are new or if we covered it before, but uh, Abdullah Zayakayev, yes, going to fight Nontachai at
He's
featherweight.
coming up to featherweight.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
I don't know if this is a permanent move.
Or it's just a quick fix, huh?
Yeah, it's just, he does cut a lot of weight. I remember last time he was, yeah, I didn't think he'd make it, but he did it. Shows how good Pete is. But
Yeah.
anyway, some new fights here. I don't know if we covered them all. Kuzmin and Karodi,
Yeah.
Chihiro, Macarena, Janlo, Shine. Ilya Framenov's back against Pedro Dantas, a new guy from Brazil.
Shadow
Shadow,
Singmawin
yeah,
versus. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
that's the co-main event now.
Holy
Some
shit.
grappling there. If you like your grappling, Isaac Michel and
Is
Francisco
that his
Rose.
first fight? Is that his first fight on one championship?
Shadow, yeah,
Yeah, he's getting a main event, co-main spot. That's sick.
it's pretty good.
He deserves
He
it
was the
though. He
main
deserves it
until they
though.
come up with this Alicia Rodriguez fight. So,
Yeah.
what else? Anything on this card? I think that's your guy. Yeah,
Yes, sir. George Jarvis, Reagan Asshole. I like George.
yeah. I'm gonna go see George in Samui in a couple of weeks. Ben
Yeah.
Tainan, Kirill,
Room Ravi.
Shinko, Rungwawi, Yusuf Asuk. Oh yes, Yusuf's back. Been a while.
Yeah.
How's Rungwawi's knee? How's he doing?
Hey, we're firing on all cylinders, man. The leg looks fine. Sounds like a shotgun going off again, so I'm very happy with the recovery. And we just gotta get we were 2 months out, so gotta smash the conditioning, smash the mentality that fuck man, we're here to make a fucking statement.
Let's go. Some other fights added: Anna, Supergirl, Jurunsak, and Kirilova. I think we mentioned some of these
Oh,
last week. So looking forward to these cards. Yeah.
is that the whole card? Is that all 8 fights?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe one more will be added. We'll
Yeah,
see.
okay.
I like these shorter cards. Some people are complaining about them, but I like it because it's in the
Hey,
morning. I just don't
yeah,
have time in the morning to do
yeah.
12 fights. So those are those. Yeah, so back to the Muay Thai stuff with the government. Tetsuya points out. Also, shout out to Keith in the chat, one of my members, saying they're using Kipchoge to promote Muay Thai in November, wearing Muay Thai shorts during the marathon. I remember he was at Friday Fights last year for a show. To me, that doesn't
Oh,
do anything to promote Muay Thai, really. It just
to promote Muay Thai, what they were doing last year was good, where they were sending stars to different countries to do seminars and just to introduce Muay Thai to the world, right? And
but I think
it's been,
using one is way better than doing that stuff, because having big events with global fighters brings global audiences, brings people to the country to come and watch, buying tickets. That's what Chatri's trying to get at, and I agree with him. Don't always agree with him, but I think that is
yeah,
way
I
better use
agree. I
of
agree.
budgets. Yeah,
Like building these athletes' profiles through one. Chatri's doing his thing. He's building athletes' profiles, giving them the opportunity to shine on the biggest stage. Correct?
yeah, I agree. I think it's a way better use of
And
funds, if they have any funds for the government to promote Muay Thai.
yeah, yeah.
What
Hey,
you've been around the industry your whole life, right? Has it ever been Renawir Rungwawi versus Asuk should get title shot next? Yeah, I think you could set that up. Yeah,
kickboxing, Muay Thai, it doesn't matter.
there we go.
Kickboxing division is looking pretty thin too.
It is. It is. I'm sure you could definitely make a case for it. It's thin. They released Musin Chafi as well, which I was surprised about.
Musin, yeah,
Um,
he couldn't make weight though, so
that's
they had
true.
to let him go. Me and Musin are still good friends. I'm seeing him in fuck 4 days in Italy, and we're gonna get some tiramisu, get some
Oh yeah.
espressos, and hang out.
Is he fighting or
He's coaching. I'm also coaching.
coaching? Is it the Amazing Muay Thai
Yes, sir.
WBC? Okay.
Yep.
Well, That's also a nice use of the money they have, but I think they could do both. Yeah, I think they could bring one to the forefront as well. Look, you've been around the industry your whole life. Do you feel Muay Thai's ever been bigger globally than it is now?
No, I think globally now it's very it's like it's booming. It's the audience and everyone that's looking at Muay Thai now. It's a wider audience because of social media and because of the profiles that's been built by Rotang, Stamp, Superbond, all these guys with these big followings, and they're going teaching Muay Thai, beautiful Muay Thai, and I think people are looking at it more, and people are studying the history of Muay Thai too, like the legends that came before them,
I agree. I think love or hate one, love or hate Chatri. I think he is helping the sport by bringing new eyes to it. You might say it's bastardizing the sport, 4 ounce gloves, all that, 3 rounds, but I think he is doing
But
something that's never been done. Yeah.
It's good for the fighters. It's good for the gyms. It's good
Yes,
for the
sir.
people. So
More money for
and
everyone.
okay, there's competition, but they're also doing good things to grow the sport.
Yeah.
And one's doing good things to grow the sport.
They're doing something different.
And
And
and government funding for both would be great. I know. But like, yeah, man, if they should just get behind Muay Thai and just blow it the fuck out of it.
I agree. This is a good point from John Flower, though. It says Muay Thai is supposed to be a cultural treasure. Is the government willing to support one's format? That could be the crux of it. Maybe there's
Yeah, maybe
some
maybe one.
old
Okay.
attitudes. Yeah.
Maybe one can add like a white crew. I don't know. Maybe this is just me looking in though. Like, I'm not saying anything. Maybe they can do like white crew. I don't know if they'll like the fucking gong, the traditional Thai music. And yeah, the only thing they were saying at the minute the break, right?
The break.
I'm not sure. Yeah, because traditional Muay Thai is 2 minute break.
Yeah.
One is 1 minute. So maybe I don't know. Hey, if it's 2 minute break, the guys will come out fucking even more recovered and go harder. So
That's true. I mean, I like both formats. I think one has to, as Keith says here, high tide lifts all boats.
exactly.
Chummy Boy likes it. I like it. I think it's
Why are you
more
crying?
entertaining for like a casual audience from the West than traditional Muay Thai. And there's a reason traditional Muay Thai never took off in the West for decades. And as good as it is, as fun as it is, as traditional it is, Chatri knows how to sell products to Western fans, I think. And he was bang on the money with the changes he's made. And it's brought global attention to Muay Thai. It's still Muay Thai at
Yeah.
its roots, but there's maybe some
After that
valid
speech
criticism.
he did that night, I thought he was right. He was right about a lot of things. But now we're just waiting on reality, which is the government
Yeah.
to look at it and try to believe his vision. I feel like
Yeah, it seems like this is the
because
big play.
he's got the intention to bring Muay Thai to the world.
Yeah, as Balgador says, government should invest into rebuilding one's MMA product. I think that comes with it as well, because they could still keep going as they are, but I think Chatri's looking for this money to help fund the other side of it, MMA and grappling. Otherwise, the whole package won't be popular internationally. MMA is the Trojan horse to get Muay Thai fans interested, international fans into Muay Thai. Yeah, that is a popular theory. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a popular theory, but why, as a Thai government, why the fuck would I invest in grappling and MMA?
Yeah,
There's
I
no.
know. I agree. I hate to
If
say
it's
it.
Muay Thai and
Yeah,
kickboxing directly, sure.
yeah. I'm more of a fan of Muay Thai and kickboxing in one these days. I used to love the MMA, but I'm not so hot on it anymore. I think it's definitely taking a side track, whatever you call it. Story of the fights, as I can say, in California at least, I've noticed way more people familiar, at least casually, about current Muay Thai fighters than one. So something's working. Went to a restaurant the other day and they had one on the TVs. People were watching. That's progress.
It's progress.
Thai government like to do stuff in-house, Chummy Boy says. Keith says, well, Thailand's government may be very different very soon given recent developments. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I should read the Bangkok Post front page.
You work for Bangkok Post.
Yeah, what's going on? Coalition split, a threat to economy. I have no idea. Fill me in, Keith. But I got to wrap up the show soon. I'm starving, and I just wanted to do an hour today. Yeah, what's going on with you? Any plans, Tristan, for today?
Going to the gym, come back, train with Ravi, do some work, sleep.
Well, fragile economy going on, apparently.
Yeah, it's a very fragile economy right now in Thailand.
Okay, well, I better read these stories then.
Yeah.
She's had what's this cause with Hun Sen? PM plays down criticism of senior Thai army commander, accuses Cambodian strongman of breach of trust. Wow, seems like it's all kicking off.
Tristan, you invest into MMA to popularize Muay Thai internationally. That's my point. Fans show up for MMA and stay for the Muay Thai. Understand? Yeah, I understand, right? But if they bring them to Thailand, right? I think if they have good enough names, like their fans will follow over, right? But their name not good sometimes. Some Thai people are like, who the fuck is this guy? And it's just cuddling this cunt on the floor. That's my view. That's my view. Because I'm sitting there sometimes inside one. I'm like, okay, these guys are cool, but they're just fucking cuddling and shit on the floor.
It's definitely a acquired taste. Mike Webster. State of one's MMA product is highly unfortunate. They by far the best rule set in the space. Have a perfect vehicle for maximum viewership, but haven't executed and grown. Yeah, I would hate to see it go away, but I understand Tristan's point. Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't know. It's a good debate to have. Anyway, I got to bounce. John Flower agrees with Tristan. There you go. But
I'm sorry, boys.
Thanks everyone for watching, tuning in, commenting, liking. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Friday fights come up. I'm going to have the face-offs and weigh-in stuff. Well, not weigh-ins. I'll have face-off videos for you in a few hours. That takes place, in about an hour in Bangkok. Plenty of news. Keep tuned to Bangkok Post. We'll have some articles for you. Tristan, I'll see you. I want to come and see the gym actually next weekend.
Sure.
Will you be
next weekend?
Coming in for the tent pole, so
I'm in Italy, baby.
Oh shit! The one time. All right, maybe
August.
Maybe I'm coming back.
July or August. July or August.
Will you be around for Fight Night 33?
Which one's that?
It's like July 12th.
Yeah, I'll be here.
So maybe in that week I'd come see you. Okay.
Yeah. City Chai just got promoted to sergeant.
Really? Oh, yeah. Nice. There we go. Some news, more news here on the show. Congrats, City Chai.
Sergeant City.
I'm out of time. I gotta go, so we'll leave it there. Well done, City Chai. Hopefully, see him back in the ring soon as well. Thank you, Tristan, for jumping on and giving your 2 cents. Well, we'll see you all soon. Thanks everyone for watching. I'm ending it now.